guys, welcome back.
We are finally in the Daintree.
So cool.
Tropical North Queensland. We are here. Yay.
So we are currently on Cow Bay and we're kind of just at the start of the Daintree Rainforest National Park. So Cape Tribulation is just ahead of us. We're on this stunning secluded beach and we've just gone through a whole bunch of sugarcane fields from Cairns.
Beautiful.
And more rainforest. It was drizzling a bit this morning, but it was so nice and lush that you almost expect it to be drizzling anyway.
The road though to come here, we came here 5 years ago actually. That was our first trip to come here, the little rental car. Chris came back as well with his first Jeep 3 years ago and missed only my second time, but I forgot how narrow and windy the roads are and steep. Like that was quite funny.
Cool though, Bowser was so loud going through because it was like quite high-sided. But yeah, it was awesome. It was like going back into Jurassic Park or something.
Beautiful.
Very, very cool. And we also have some incredibly exciting news that we want to share with you guys at the start of this episode. Ange, take it away.
So as of 2 days ago, so it is, I believe, just to give you the dates as well as the context, I think the 5th of September, we're a little bit in advance on YouTube, but I'm officially 13 weeks pregnant.
Yes! How cool is that?
So yeah, it's gonna be a bit harder now to hide my little belly. I'm starting to...
She's been doing well though, hiding it from you.
Like in the beginning and everything, it was a bit tricky, but yeah, I guess we'll share a bit more about it, about the behind the scenes that happened the past month and our plans for the coming months
So
as
excited.
well with that in a future episode and as we go. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we'll take you along the Daintree. I've been wanting so bad to find a perfect spot to take our first like pregnancy photo with Chris, and I was like dreaming about a nice palm tree and water kind of like background, and I think exactly I found the spot that in my vision. Look at that. So
Perfect.
beautiful. That is so spectacular. So yeah, we got some nice photos, which is nice. We'll have some cool memories of the Daintree. Went for a little walk.
Yeah, saw a monitor lizard that I filmed on my phone. And some of those mud skimmer fish which can come up on land and then go back in the water, they're pretty neat as well. They're only in really tropical spots. Very cool.
Alright, no parks around, so I'm going in. You see one, you tell me. Oh wow, it's actually really warm. It's disturbing. Well, I'm thinking a little bit. Oh. Oh, it's so nice. First day and already found a little slice of paradise. There's coconuts as well.
Pretty awesome.
Stay here the whole day. Alright, it's time to jump in the hammock for the first time.
Watch out, preggers. There we go.
I did it. So cool. So this is our new Nike hammock. One thing that is super cool about this Australian brand is they made this hammock out of recycled plastic bottles. So for one hammock, it's 37 bottles, which is super cool way to reduce waste, I find. I've never heard of that before, so I love that. And this hammock, I was a bit scared to jump in it at first, especially being pregnant right now. But it can hold, I think, more than 200 kilos, so it's crazy. Even with Chris, we could both fit together without any problem, so that's cool.
And for every hammock sold, they plant 4 trees, which is a neat initiative. So very cool, easy to set up. You've just got these 2 adjustable straps and you've got different positions for it in terms of length. So very easy setup. And we could have not found a better place. Very, very cool. Look at that.
And this is how small it packs up. Nice little hammock ball.
Very cool.
Funnily enough, 3 years ago on a road trip to Cairns, we had a hammock, a cheap one, bought like on
Wish.
eBay.
Put on
Wish.
Wish.com.
Yeah, that was really bad
Worse than
quality
eBay.
one. And Chris, I'll try to find these videos. If I can't find them, it'll be a shame. Chris like set it up and went on it, and the hammock just broke and it fell so hard.
I felt like, I think it was 3 or 4 different times. I was like, get rid of this.
At least this one, it's got the Chris stick. No way. How did you open it?
With my hands. Cool, eh?
Try to put some on the camera.
Don't waste it.
Oh wow.
It's so good.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's so much better than the bottle thing.
Pretty cool. Gosh, look at the spice. What? And just taking all my coconut juice. I'm going to try and knock one down with this old one. See how we go.
And the sun is up. Wow. What an incredible beach to witness the sunrise. It's absolutely stunning here. It just rained a tiny bit this morning, so you can see like the leaves on all the trees like it's slightly wet. It's like the humidity in the air, it's very much like misty behind me. Look at that. Insane. And the beach is so intact, there's no footprints at all, because I think the tide goes super high that night, so it feels like very much we're on a deserted tropical island or something. I love it. Since we've arrived in Cairns, I've been actually blown away by tropical North Queensland. Just the vibe, it's just so different. It actually feels for the first time in Australia that we are in another country. And I absolutely love this. So I'm so excited for the upcoming adventures. So excited. Wow, look at that. Amazing. So Chris just went ahead and is trying to find the perfect coconut tree, the one he was trying to get before. They were just slightly, I think, a bit too green. So I'm just chasing him down the beach. That's so good. Beautiful way to start the day. Giving up.
Too ripe, I think. I've hit them hard, but they're too ripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too weak.
No, you just don't have the right technique yet. But I've got faith. You'll get me another coconut. That's your challenge.
Had a really nice morning hot drink on the beach, and now we are heading up towards Cape Tribulation on the main road, and we're really hoping we can see a cassowary, which is a giant flightless bird endemic to the tropical regions, and we're really hoping we see one. Now they're an awesome bird. Not only are they colourful, but they can be really territorial and aggressive if they're confronted, so we're hoping we can get some shots of those. If not, we'll carry on through and begin the Bloomfield Track and hopefully camp on the Bloomfield tonight. So we just saw Cape Tribulation, but it was raining, so we didn't spend too long on the beach. There was a big stingray though, they had washed up, had 3 big giant bite marks from a shark out of it though, which is pretty full on. So now we are heading towards the Bloomfield Track, so north of Cape Trib, and it's become dirt roads, and it's really steep in parts. So I'm in 3rd gear for some of it. I just got out and closed the breathers of our water tanks just so we don't lose any water in case it gets that steep. Yeah, see how we go.
I'm following Chris, who's taking me for a jungle walk.
I think from memory there's a cool waterhole at the end of this track.
It's got a really good...
So that is cassowary poo.
Huh.
So you can see this is what they eat, these berries. They shit it out. So there's definitely a cassowary nearby.
Oh, that would be cool if we see one.
That would be awesome.
Wow. This is insane. Wow, it looks like paradise.
There's a really big tree over here with a swing rope, so we'll try and get to it.
That is incredible.
How incredible is this?
The water is so clear. It's like perfect reflection of the trees just above us. I really want to go for a swim now.
I'm going to.
Nice. All right. In the deep patch. Yes.
I'm going to swim that way, I can feel it. And that's shallow.
No, no, no. How is it?
Breathtakingly cold.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's so good though.
Okay, I'll join you.
Nice. It's cold. No crocs so far.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So good.
So when you come to the Daintree, go right down the dirt road until you reach the first river crossing, park up and go for a walk through the bush on your left and you'll get here. It's a bit of a local secret. So cool. And no crocs yet. So there's a cassowary footprint. So it's the footprint of a cassowary. It's such a big bird. Unfortunately, we haven't seen one yet. Still got time though. So from memory, I'll check my facts, but from memory it's the heaviest flightless bird in the world. It's quite a bit more nuggety than an emu, but real stocky and muscular for navigating through this dense jungle. And they're also of paramount importance for pollinating the Daintree Rainforest, because they eat this particular fruit which has seeds that are indigestible to it. So it walks through the jungle, poops, drops these seeds and springs up new life everywhere. So pretty cool. So we're going to carry on a little adventure through the oldest rainforest on Earth. Come on, Cassowary. Where are you?
Is that the noise he makes?
Yeah, but there's not one nearby anymore. He would have certainly heard me.
And come.
Pretty bloody steep.
Oh my god, even my ears are like popping. I'm not joking, these two cars, 2 minutes 20 to go up. Oh my god, that was so stiff. Oh. The GoPro probably didn't do it justice, but Chris just reminded me. That was a 20% incline, that steep part.
Yeah, you don't see that very often in Australia. In fact, that's probably, I've never seen that in Australia.
That's crazy. Uphill, but Bowser did it
Easy.
nice and easy, slowly.
Just very slow and steady. Third gear, slow and steady. Wow, proper jungle.
Look at the view. We're so high. Wow, I can see the ocean over there. That is crazy.
I love this area.
Oh.
It's so cool. Love it.
What comes up must come down. Tam tam tam. Roller coaster. Exhaust mode activated.
This is going to be steep edge. You're going to shit yourself.
Oh no.
No, it's not so bad.
But
That was awesome. Such a cool part of the country. Love this part of the country. 6 gear. Cassowary just ran across the road, chased it into the bush but can't find it. Oh.
so we had a quick lunch stop at Woodabak Creek, which was actually quite nice. We could have spent a bit longer there, but we just wanted to carry on and continue adventuring in the Daintree. And this road is actually really bumpy, super scenic and amazing road, but quite bumpy. No corrugation, but just like some holes, so it's constantly like little bumps. The one thing that has been amazing for me recently is I feel so much better. So you probably didn't know, but for example on the Simpson Desert Expedition, I was so car sick. I didn't mention it, but I didn't really go into too many details. it was rough for me. I was so nauseous back then. That was my first trimester, and now that I'm like at the beginning of the second one, I felt so much better. So at least for forward driving, it's good, because yeah, I was worried I was going to be like that the whole entire time. That wouldn't be ideal for kind of travels at all. But yeah, baby is already used to the bumps.
It's not a milkshake.
Sadly, the end of the rainforest jungle. No. So sad. We loved it so much there.
Yeah, such an incredible part of the country.
So amazing. So now we're arriving, I think, in more Aboriginal communities in the Bloomfield town. So we're gonna carry on a little bit. Hopefully find a nice little spot to get to back.
So normally there is a big croc that chills out right on that sandbank there, we've heard. So we fired the drone up to see if we could find him, and nothing, unfortunately. Did see a bunch of flying fox bats, but that's about it. So no big croc today.
And we have made it to our camp for the night, which is Archer Point, very close to Cooktown, but slightly more on the coast, a little bit further south. It's a free camp, which is pretty amazing. The views when we arrived were stunning, but it's so windswept around here. It's crazy. But that's one of the amazing things with the Mog, is we don't care if there's actually wind. That doesn't impact our setup at all, doesn't impact the cooking anymore, doesn't impact our sleeping. So yeah, we really don't mind being so close to the ocean, like so rough like that. It's actually really beautiful to see from inside, like cozy. And I'm just gonna prepare my dinner. I just had like a shower, very nice end of the day. We just were editing, got the video rendering on my computer. Chris has finished as well to edit another episode. So we've been very productive at the end of the day. So it's a good mix of working and adventuring today. And so like food, I'm mostly cooking for myself only recently, because I've got some weird, maybe pregnancy cravings. I'm not too sure if that's what they are, but I've been craving recently a lot of melted cheese or pizza. It's, yeah, I think a lot of it. But the problem is on the road, we've had a few pizza, like takeaway or in restaurants, and every time, actually the 3 last pizza I've had, I've been so disappointed with them, like really heavy and greasy, and just made me feel like sick afterwards. So I decided to kind of like make my own to satisfy that craving, but without being that heavy. So it's super simple. So what I use is just a tortilla wrap. I've got a nice pasta sauce. I use some little bocconcini, and I put some little rosemary leaves. So I'll show you the finished result, and trust me, if you feel like craving a pizza, but you just want like just the taste without being like heavy, and that is the recipe for you. And this is the result. It's more like a little calzone. If there's any Italian watching, please, I apologize. I know it's not a traditional pizza recipe, but it's just good to satisfy my cravings, so I hope you forgive me. Bon appétit! Good morning. We're having a hot drink inside this morning. It's way too windy outside to be really enjoying the weather there, but we woke up early this morning to do a training session. So we've been trying recently to wake up even earlier than we did before, just so that we can make the most of the day. In the Northern Territory, that was mostly as well to beat the heat and the flies, but we're trying to keep the habit maybe for Queensland as well. I can't wake up as early as Chris. Chris woke up this morning at 5:30. I woke up at 6. It's just a tiny bit too dark for me at 5:30. 6 is perfect, it's down, and then you've got like the nice light coming up. The benefit of waking up early to do the training session is we can see the sunrise over the ocean in Queensland finally, so that's really nice.
That was nice.
I really enjoyed that. But yeah, this morning for me the training session was really hard to motivate myself. With my pregnancy, I do feel like my training is changing. I can't do really fast pace like I used to do, so I'm still trying to get my heart rate up to a degree, maybe rest a little bit more than I used to, but yeah, I need to tweak a few things, but that's okay. I'm kind of like learning as I go, and I guess from my pregnancy that might change as well. So I wanted to show you as well what drink I'm having now. So I recently as well, like Chris, stopped coffee, and this is the drink that I'm replacing it with. So if you have the good coffee alternative, I recommend this one because it's so tasty. If you like a chai spice, highly recommend this one. And we've got, as usual, the ginger nut. Oh, but unfortunately...
I'm so gutted. It's Arnott's, eh?
Yeah, Arnott's ginger nuts.
Arnott's have changed their recipe the last few days, and now the ginger nuts are horrible. They just taste like a...
They're very thin, like they're not as crispy.
And they're now malty, like they didn't used to.
Chris is really upset. We're considering sending them a letter, maybe.
Oh, I'm going to send them a bomb in the
Oh, no, don't say that. Oh, we're joking, okay? If there's like any attack.
I'm not joking, Arnott's.
Bring back the ginger nuts. Alright, so we'll have our drink or breakfast, and we have one more mission before heading to Cooktown. We've got a secret waterfall to discover.
Beautiful. The little turtle. He was trying to get warm and I scared him, now he's cold again, poor guy.
Because we've got a waterfall to ourselves, I may as well jump in even if it's really cold. Wow, the freezing swim. That was so good. So this is called the Tribulation Falls. It's around 20 minutes south of Cooktown. If you head here, do yourself a favor and check it out early in the morning. It's one of the most beautiful waterfalls we've ever seen. Chris is trying to get the rope swing, but it's so far away. Like you need a huge stick. It's so bizarre. Can you see it? Nice!
Not a bad spot to park. Almost tempted to stay the night there.
Don't mind us parking in the waterfall. Basel looks right in its element over there. That is so cool. So this morning after we went to the waterfall, we went to Cooktown, which is actually a really nice coastal town. It was much nicer and very clean and green, like very nice to see that around that
really
park.
recommend checking Cooktown out. It had a nice vibe to it. It's a cool thing.
So we did all of the chores, a bit of work as well, and this is where we're coming to finish the day and a bit freshen up. So cool. So this is called Isabella Falls. So you can go here on your way to Cape York. So I think it's definitely a must if you go to the tip.
let us introduce you to our campsite for tonight.
On the banks of the Normanby River.
The Normanby River, beautiful. We're literally just there. Very cool. So we're very, very, very stoked we found this, and it's all to ourselves. There's another level area just above, but there's no one camped there.
It's
perfect size for Bowser.
It's so much quieter where we were just before. There was a few campers over there, whereas here there's no one. So
Beautiful.
It was just like 20 kilometers further.
Yeah, 20k after Isabella, which was really busy. All right, so I think we have enough content for this week, so we'll wrap it up here. On next week's episode, we're going to head up to a special national park which is very unvisited, and I've wanted to see it for quite a long time because of the rare animals that it holds.
Yeah, so we are going all the way towards the tip in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. It's going to be some exciting adventures.
We'll see you there.